Hey guys, it's your good friend Gare here with another video for you today. And today we're gonna...
What's in the basket?
Oh, this? It's nothing. I wouldn't worry about it. I was just gonna kind of hold on to it throughout the video. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. So anyway, today I'm gonna do my first ever Blu-ray review of a movie that I just recently watched. And
What's in the basket?
you're really not gonna let it go? Can we just... Okay, I'll show you. All right, here we go. Yes, today we are going to be talking about a fantastic horror film I just recently watched, which is called Basket Case, very adequately named. Like I said, I just recently watched this. I really enjoyed it. And this is why I'm going to do a review on it. And I want to start a new series with doing these kind of things. So what we'll do is we're going to go ahead, I'll talk about the movie itself, give you an idea of what it is. I'll try not to give out too many spoilers. And then we'll talk about the Blu-ray itself. So we'll talk about audio quality, video quality, what kind of special features come with it. And then I'll give you just kind of, I guess, an overall score, if I recommend it, if I don't recommend it, and whatnot. Alright, so about the movie itself, basically, this is a story about Dwayne and a basket that he carries around with him, which is very vague up until later in the movie. The very first thing you see is a very, very cheesy kill scene with an older gentleman who turns out to be a doctor. It's very vague about who or what it is. It's just, it gives you a very good tone about what the movie's going to be like. It's very cheesy, over the top, very low budget, which I absolutely love that about it. These old, just really campy, corny, cheesy horror films with low budgets, I love those the most. You can keep all the horror films with CGI, overpaid actors, and things like that. I'll take these kind of movies any day. and like I said, that's exactly what this is. It shows, with the props that they use, the camera work, the audio, the acting, everything. It's just very, very cheesy, and just you can tell there was just hardly no budget for the film. But anyway, after that, it shows Dwayne. He's in downtown New York. He's checking into a hotel carrying around a basket, which is very conspicuous, obviously. He's really wet behind the ears. He's a young guy, doesn't know what's going on. Later, as the movie progresses, it ultimately turns out to be kind of a revenge flick. Without giving out too many spoilers, basically, the backstory is Dwayne was born with a Siamese twin, which is named Belial. It killed his mother in the process. It's a monstrosity of a thing, basically what they call it. So, the doctors remove it, they try to kill it, and, it ends up surviving. So him and his brother Dwayne, they basically have, like, telekinetic, what's the word? Telepathic abilities, so they can talk to each other without actually talking. And it just, like I said, it just turns out to be a revenge flick, so they're trying to kill, the parents, they're trying to kill the doctors that were responsible for it, and basically anybody that had anything to do with the situation. And of course, there's a love story thrown in there, which obviously is not going to turn out well with this situation. It's pretty funny. But like I said, if you guys are into that kind of thing, the funny horror films, this will be right up your alley. I give it the highest recommendation. It's something you probably won't watch multiple times, but it's definitely worth checking out at least once. It's good for a laugh. But for you guys, like I said, that take these kind of movies seriously, you don't want goofy, cheesy bits thrown in there. It may be one that you'd want to stay away from, but I think it's still worth checking out regardless. Okay, now as far as the video quality, I was actually really impressed with the video on this, because it's a movie from 1982. It's got a good 20 plus years on it. So, the cameras, weren't exactly high tech back then. And what they ended up doing is they didn't go widescreen with it. They didn't do like a 16:9 or anything like that. They did basically a 4:3 aspect ratio, which is, it's got the black bars on the side. They cleaned it up really well. From what I understand, the director was there through the whole process of the restoration, and it turned out really well. There's some damage to the print here every once in a while, a little bit of noise, but I think it looks great for that old of a film, and it almost kind of hurts it in a way, because I feel like I haven't seen the VHS copy of it, but I feel like the lesser quality would make the cheap props a little less obvious, whereas with this amount of detail, it makes the monster, his Belial, it makes him look just even goofier. It makes it more obvious of how cheap it was. So in a way, it almost kind of hurts it. But like I said, as far as the video quality, I give it a 4 out of 5. They did a very good job with this, considering its age. Okay, so now on to the audio. it doesn't have full surround. It's a linear PCM two channel audio track. So you know you're not going to be surrounded with sound. And to be honest, that really doesn't matter because this kind of movie really doesn't have a diverse, rich sound to it. It doesn't have like an explosive soundtrack. There's really not a lot going on. It's mostly dialogue. So I don't feel like you guys are going to miss out on too much. It's just not the kind of movie where you need a lot of booms and, you know, crisp, clear sounds. You know, it's probably the best it's ever going to sound, in all honesty. I can't imagine it sounding any better. If you have a decent enough receiver, you can set it so it'll decode it, so it'll actually do a surround. But it's really not necessary. So overall, I give it a 3 out of 5. I mean, there's just really not a lot there going on to make it very rich and dynamic. Okay, so now on to the special features and bonuses. There's not a whole lot there, but you know, I think it's great that they threw some things in there, period. It's kind of cool to see. They had audio commentary from the director. There were outtakes from the movie. They had some like a photo gallery of some shots of, you know, of the crew while they're actually in action during the filming of the film. So those were actually pretty cool to see. And of course, it also includes trailers of the movie, which, you know, I think all films should have. So, like I said, I mean, there's not a whole lot there. There's not anything that's going to keep you busy for a whole afternoon. But it's great that they threw it in there. As far as the bonus features go, I'd probably give it a 3 out of 5. Nothing spectacular, but at least there's something available on the disc to watch. Alright guys, so there's everything. I'm going to give this Blu-ray release a 3.5 out of 5. I think that's a pretty decent score for it. You know, it's not a spectacular movie. You're not going to be blown away by the video and audio. And again, there's not a lot of bonus features there to really suck you in. But it's, you know, for horror film fans, especially ones that like a lot of comedy in them, this is a must-have. It's absolutely hysterical. It's probably only good for a one-time view. But again, if you collect Blu-rays, if this is your thing, it's definitely worth owning in your collection. It's something great to talk about. It really is. I'm really happy I got it. So overall, I'd say it'd get a Gare Bears thumb up for sure. It's definitely worth checking out at least once. Again, for die-hard horror film fans, I would definitely recommend purchasing this. It's definitely worth owning, but for people who take their horror films a little bit more seriously, I would rent it or check it out on YouTube. You know, there's a service on YouTube where you can rent it for like $2.99 or something like that. I would stick to that if this isn't really your cup of tea. Alright guys, so that's all I had for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you guys have any critiques, any things you'd like to add, please let me know in the comment section. This is my first video review or movie review, so definitely let me know what you think. I would love some criticism, you know, some constructive criticism, some coaching and things like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.